Hello everyone and welcome on day 3 of our live and interactive stream from the Hannover Industry Show. Now, in my real Beckhoff life, I'm a product manager for panels and panel PCs and control panel, and that's why I decided to pick this location this morning to start with, because I got these two wonderful neighbors with me from our panel business. But it's not all about panels today, it's about a big variety of different topics today, because we have the honor to welcome Frederike Beckhoff for an update. We will talk about TwinCAT news, and we have a customer invited from Spain, because we have a lot of international customers on the show today, so even take a look into a Spanish application. If you got any specific question, use the known communication buttons. It's the chat window for our chat team, but it's also meet@beckhoff.com, and you can be linked right away with us and with the experts, and we can answer your question if necessary. Now, but in the beginning, I would like to continue our little mini Netflix series about Schirmer machinery. You may remember that yesterday we switched to Schirmer, and we had to take a look how we build a window. Window manufacturing is quite complicated because it's on the fly, but it's still complex movements, cutting and drilling. So I think today we need to take another look into Schirmer machinery, and I asked Paula and Ludger again to explain how complicated the machine setup is at all. Let's go.
Profile processing machines have a lot of requirements. For example, they need to be modular. But let's talk about something I know more about, and that's automation technology. Ludger, please tell me, how does the automation concept look like?
As you have already said, Schirmer provides modular machines, which means that we configure by using most standardized modules. We configure the customized solutions. Yeah? And this idea is also given in our control systems. We see a control cabinet which has also a standardized layout. For example, you see the PC system. We normally use one or maybe two PCs, depending to the size of the machine. Yeah? And we see the drive units, we see the bus field systems, and so on. And again, this layout is standardized, but it depends to the concept of the machine, which places are taken. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can see a lot of Beckhoff technology. That's great. And a lot of hardware, the IPC, the drives, and the terminals. Do you also use our software TwinCAT?
Yes, we use TwinCAT, which belongs also to the PC control system. And from our point of view, the PC systems are really feasible for our demands. Our machines are very intelligent, and for example, we need to be connected to different databases, and also the sequences of the machines are very intelligent. And for that reason, the PC systems, from our point of view, is the best solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I know, you're a Beckhoff customer for quite some time now. If you have any free wishes or any more requirements to our technology, what would that be?
Yeah. If you have a look on our fabrication process, we would like to increase also the modularity in that regard. For example, we have an area where we have the pre-assembly of our modules, and it would be good if we could also install these modules, if we could do the electric installation and maybe part of the commissioning process already in that area. Yes. That would make us more fast in this end assembly and commissioning area here, where the machine takes a lot of space of our fabrication here, and that would also have a good impact on our time until delivery.
Time to market, yes.
Yes, time to market, and also, for example, the installation at the customer side would be also more easy so that would be a good idea.
So the automation technology, the product should be even more decentralized, more compact, easier to install. Yeah, okay.
That would be good for us. Yeah.
So to be honest, this is not a requirement or wishes we hear from you for the first time. So we heard this, and I think we made a product that feed these, which fulfills these wishes quite well. So thanks, Ludger, for these insights.
Thank you.
Well, Paula, perfect handover to talk about a wish and about a new product, but please wait until tomorrow and then we will light the curtain up and tell you what we do with the wish from Ludger. Ludger also talked about TwinCAT and that they're going to use TwinCAT on the machines. And this is the perfect introduction now to Henning from our TwinCAT team. Hello, good morning, Henning.
Hi.
Because now it's time to talk about TwinCAT. And in particular, TwinCAT 3.1 and in particular, build 4026. We announced this build for quite a while because we took the development really serious. We changed some significant things and now it's more or less ready. So what is the speciality of 4026?
Yeah, one of the specialities is that we have split it up, the basic setup, the full setup into a lot of pieces, so packages. We componentized or modularized the complete development process, split it up the different packages to the different teams, packing it together, then testing and releasing it for our customers.
And what are the main benefits for this? That they have now small packages versus one major box, more or less?
Yeah. So of course these packages, these smaller pieces have then dependencies between each other. So you could still install more or less the same piece of software you had before. Mm-hmm. But in addition, we are able to update smaller parts, so the packages, independently from each other. So we could develop them, test them and release them independently from each other and not need to wait for the complete setup to be available for testing and releasing.
And that means for the customer as well, if there is a new feature coming in one specific function, for example, he can just take this and add it to his TwinCAT version versus rebuilding everything again.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is a cool feature. Are there other main benefits with 4026 besides the packaging?
Of course, we have done a lot of integration work additionally. For example, we have the Visual Studio 22 support, which is the first version from Microsoft supporting or being native 64-bit executable. Mm-hmm. So we could make use of a lot of memory, more memory within the engineering environment than we had before. And that enables our customers to have even bigger projects who came to the limitations of 32-bit beforehand.
Yeah. See, I gave you the new PCs, now you need to follow up that you can utilize the CPU power and performance. Perfect.
Exactly.
Now, what are the next steps? I mean, the customer now can have the new build. Is there additional information available? Have you planned a webinar? So what are news coming?
We had already a series of webinars when we begin with the beta phase. Mm-hmm. This was mainly about the benefits, the new features we have in 4026. Yeah. Another list is on the webpage. But we are also planning to have a new webinar about the package management because due to our customer feedback of this huge beta phase, we have changed quite some things within the beta phase and now we need to adopt and spread that word to the world.
Okay, perfect. Because I noticed when you look up YouTube, you find Jakub Zagatowski, who is like a TwinCAT freak, more or less, a free influencer. So now you will add further information. And also, I think tutorials is something we also bring up.
We have tutorials now on the homepage, small 5-minute, 6-minute clips, where we try to introduce smaller functionalities. Just having a glimpse on one specific piece of change we have made or addition we have made. Okay. And that maybe having a series there for the 4026, how to handle packages, how to maybe do your own packages as a customer and so on.
Perfect. Now we understand the benefits of the package, the other features, we have information already. Final question for the customer is, where do I get it?
Yeah, simply download it from our homepage. So TwinCAT Package Manager, this is the entry point, something like an app store. Yeah. You're just installing it on your computer and then you are able to install especially these functions you are requiring, you would like to have a look on. Simply click on them, install them and they are ready to go.
Well, Henning, great news. Thank you so much. And Ludger Beck and Fair, it is that easy. Go to the webpage, download 4026, and you're ready to go. Ready to go is my dear colleague Felix, because he invited a customer from Spain. And this is also unique for our Live Interactive that we have an international customer with us. So let's switch over to Felix and to Spain.
And it is not just some customer from just somewhere in Spain. It's Mr. Enrique Lopez from beautiful Vigo in Galicia. And Mr. Lopez, you told me that you really like to work with cars in private, but you're also doing it professionally.
Yes.
You're working at BorgWarner. And can you explain me a little bit what is BorgWarner actually doing?
Yes, BorgWarner is one of the automotive companies. Is one of the 25 largest automotive companies in the world. And in our portfolio, we combine products for combustion, electric and hybrid vehicles.
Okay, so supply to the automotive
Yes.
industry, wonderful. And if you look at your production facilities, are there some challenges which you are facing these days? Because I can imagine a lot of things are going on in the automotive industry. This must reflect to you somehow.
Yeah. We have the main challenge. Maybe we are related with the traceability.
Okay.
Because it's important to have a good traceability in all the processes that are involved in the production of the parts. Also, for us, it's very important the footprint of the installations, because we need to reduce the footprint of the installation in order to save space for future projects, and in this way we are able to invest less in these modifications.
Okay, so you have to do the most with the space you have available. Can you maybe? Sorry.
No, and also it's very important for us the cycle time.
Yeah, okay.
Cycle time is the most challenging for us, because we need to lead with small cycle times.
Yeah, so if you can increase the throughput per square meter, then you are doing a good job as a production engineer, I guess.
Correct.
Can you maybe share some thoughts on a very specific project which you are currently doing?
Yeah, for example, we are now a new project with X-planar system, okay? That is an inspection check for a bulb. We are working with EGR bulbs, and this is an inspection check after a brazing process in oven. And in this station, the X-planar combines three stations. That one of them is the visual camera control, and also we have a geometrical control of all dimensions of this bulb. And finally, we have a laser marking for traceability.
That's wonderful to hear from you that you are doing a project with X-planar. That's the best message I heard so far today. But it's really a nice use case, or it seems to be a very nice use case. So you have 3 different stations, maybe with 3 different cycle times. What are the advantages for you of using X-planar in this project, if I may ask?
In this case, I need to say that with X-planar, we have achieved a very small footprint.
Okay.
With only 3 movers and 4 tiles, we are able to reach around 9 seconds cycle time.
Okay.
That is very good. And also it's important to say that the X-planar system is able to take care about the handling of the parts. Yep. This means the rotation of the part for the different controls, as camera, and also regarding the geometrical control, and also the orientation for the final laser scribing.
Okay, so not just a transport system where you can overtake and mix some things up, but also a handling system where you can orient.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful use case, just like we like to say it to our customers, and have to say it in marketing when we explain about the advantages from our perspective for X-planar.
Yeah.
Mr. Lopez, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day here in Hannover. There are so many things to explore here on the booth, and safe travels back home.
Thank you so much for your invitation to this fair, and we see. Okay, thank you.
With these kind words, I am handing over back to Roland, who has a little bit of a birthday party and something which has to do with a toy brick.
Yeah, absolutely right, Felix. It has to do with the toy brick, and it has to do with cables. I mean, we have such a huge portfolio on cables. The key question is, where do I need that? Because pre-assembled cables with connectors on both sides is not needed for our I/O systems, because the terminal is basically a pigtail thing. But there are other products where connectors on both sides of the cable are needed, and these are our bus boxes. And I invited Armin to the show this morning. Hello, Armin. And we need to talk about the birthday party, and this has to do actually with a Lego Duplo brick. So what is the Lego Duplo brick all about?
Yeah, so there's a secret behind that, not behind the brick, but behind our bus boxes.
Okay.
So if you compare those two products, you will find that those dimensions are pretty much the same. And this is not by accident. So this was actually the target size which were defined 25 years ago. Yeah. So Hans Beckhoff said such a module shouldn't be bigger than such a Duplo brick, and yeah, that's why our modules are that compact and looking like that.
So there are two secrets, you presented already. So we have 25 years of bus boxes, and we have the initiative with the Lego Duplo brick. I can actually really think that Hans was sitting together with his kids, Frederike and Johannes, in the house playing with Lego and said, wow, this brick is a good example. So now what happened with the brick? So what is this I.O. system bus boxes all about?
Yeah, so the system is a distributed I.O. system. So they can be mounted directly in the machine. All the sensors, actuators can be connected. And with that, the customer has a great benefit because he doesn't have to set small control cabinets. So a really easy way of installing and wiring. Yeah, and we have also this modular aspect, which we know already from the bus box, from the bus terminals. So the customer can combine different modules and has a really flexible and robust solution.
Now we do this for 25 years now. Is this still active, valid, and necessary? It looks like.
Actually, it's more relevant than ever before. Yeah, so we as Beckhoff know there's a trend in the industry. Control cabinets are getting smaller and smaller. Machines are getting more modular, more decentralized, and we with the bus boxes were maybe the first product series in the automation system, but right now we have also cameras, we have a decentralized motion system, and also the MX system as a control cabinet-less solution.
Yeah, and I believe it goes pretty well together with MX, so it's basically a complementary product, not a competitive, or?
Yeah, so it's really nice that you can use the MX system, and maybe for some signals you can use an additional box and just connect it via EtherCAT, and then you have a nice extension of your MX system.
Excellent. Now, earlier this morning you said, Roland, maybe you count all the boxes we have. This was too much work, so I just looked it up. We have 592 different boxes, which means different signals. So I believe everything is covered, but nevertheless you have a new box in your pocket.
Yes.
So what are we presenting today?
Yeah, so we try to make still new products which are also still relevant for most of our customers. Yeah, and in this case, I think we have done a really great job because we have a new analog input box.
Okay.
So this is a 4-channel solution, and every analog channel is multifunctional. So you can use it, of course, for the standard signals like 0 to 10 volts or 4 to 20 milliamps. But in addition to that, you're also able to make a temperature measurement. So you're able to connect a thermocouple or even a PT100, PT1000. And so you have the functionalities of several boxes combined in one solution. Yeah.
These were already 5 different signals you just mentioned. So this is really a multi-purpose analog I.O. box.
Yeah.
And you just open the device manager, you select the necessary sensor, and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Wow. Perfect. So 25 years, congratulations, Armin. Even new boxes, so great message. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And now we would like to continue another tradition because we would like to ask Frederike Beckhoff about last year's success in business development. But we don't do this here on the show. We do this in Ferl. So I switch over to Ferl.
Hello from Ferl. We are here at Hülshorstweg 20 in East Westphalia, where the global Beckhoff headquarter is located. So we have our development here, our management, our support, our service team, and many parts of our production. But actually, it's the week of the Hannover Fair, Frederike. Why are we in Ferl and not in Hannover?
Well, first of all, Felix, of course, everyone, at least once in a life, and if it's digital, should be in Fair and enjoy
Couldn't agree
this
more.
wonderful countryside here in East Westphalia, but maybe that's not the only reason, although we really both like to be here, as you know. I mean, we were born here. But as the world is welcomed in Hanover, we thought only being like 1.5 hours away from Hanover, it would also be a nice opportunity to invite customers over to Fair, to our headquarters, and meet all the departments you just mentioned and get to know not only our processing technology, which will be shown in our exhibition booth in Hanover for sure, but also really meet our people here, get a better understanding of the different departments, and hopefully have also a better understanding of our values and how we are organized as a company, etc., etc. So a perfect program in total.
So really worth spending a visit here because it's the beating heart of our company. But now let's get to the hard facts. Hannover is always the time for business numbers. So how was 2023 for Beckhoff Automation?
Yeah, that's true. Well, 2023 has been the third year in a row, which is an extraordinary result from our perspective.
Yes.
So we achieved 16% in growth in terms of sales after achieving 28% twice within the 2 years before. So to sum it up, we reached a total number in sales of 1.75 billion euros, which is still a giant number for us, to be honest, but also a number we are proud of. But also a number now we have to make sure somehow to maintain it or get back to it within the next couple of years again.
It's very, very impressive. I actually sat with a customer a few days ago and we looked at our growth chart and I saw the year 2020, 900 million euros in turnover.
The absolute number is massive.
The absolute number is massive. So we doubled in production, not from 10 million, from 900 million. So it was a huge effort.
Yeah.
But let's look at the present and the future maybe. How's 2024 going so far?
Well, you know, the situation there looks a bit different, but the important message is that it was expected to be as it is now because we have this kind of heat wave, maybe we can call it, within the last 3 years. You just talked about the absolute number and also the relative number says exactly the same. So after having this heat and this high point in terms of sales and also order income, everything decreased. I wouldn't say dramatically, but at least drastically. So you can obviously see it. And this is also something we see now. But it seems that we reached the bottom line and for now it goes back. That's what we're thinking. And that's what the numbers are already starting to show. So end of Q2, beginning of Q3, it should be better. But of course, at the end of 2024, we won't reach the same result as we did in 2023. But that's, again, okay.
So the automation market is cooling down a little bit as anticipated. You are an economist and you also have your eyes always a little bit on the rest of the world because automation is everything for us, but not for everybody. So maybe you can shed a light on the external factors around the automation market and what's to expect from there.
Yeah, I think there are always two different parts we have to analyze while analyzing the entire situation. And the first part is related to the factors we can have an impact on ourselves. And you know that we are now 44 years almost old, so we were founded in 1980. And during this entire time over the decades, we come over 5, depending on how you're counting it, maybe 6 crises, where we had exactly the same development over the years. So we have a really high point, then afterwards they get a low point because everything slowed down. And this is something we are now seeing as well. But the market itself is regulating itself because after a high number of order income, there's always following a low number of order income, and then it steadily slows down and gets back basically to a normal base. And this is what's currently happening. So these are the factors we also can implement a bit ourselves, adjusting to these situations, as we already know that will come every 5 to 7 years actually. But then there are the other factors which are a bit more concerning, and not only for us, but for everyone, I think. And these are the factors more related to political and also geopolitical things. So, you know, there are a few of really important elections coming on within the next couple of months or 1 to 2 years. And this is, I think, the outcome of these elections are kind of guiding us at least a bit into the future. And I just can hope that the people make the right decision.
Yeah, we hope so too, because we really rely on the world market. So most of our turnover is generated abroad. So basically, you have to help us to have a successful year. Throughout all these market developments, throughout all this structural change in different industries, we have been for many companies a very reliable partner in the past. So we always try to supply them with the best controller, the most performant in the IPC, a big I/O system. What else can our partners, our customers rely on?
You know, I always like to compare it to a relationship or even a marriage. You go to good and you go together through bad times. And this is also true for us and our customers. And this means in the end that you really need to be able to rely on someone and trust someone, and that you also need to share the same values and understanding of the most important and common things. And by saying that, I mean that I think that the overall portfolio of kind of support and service we are delivering to our customers, should be something every customer should be aware of and should really be seen as maybe USP, but at least as a big value, because we really want to be this partner you can rely on. Doesn't mean you solve everything within the next 2 seconds, but it means that in the long term you can rely on someone and you really know that there is someone who takes care of me.
Yeah. And this we do independent of customer size, so we are there for everybody.
That is important.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a very important factor, and many companies have grown with us into very big customers from a very small stage on. Yeah. And I think this is a perfect transition back to Hannover. Thank you, Frederike, very much for your take on everything, as always. We look very much forward to welcome you in Hannover. And back to Hannover.
And if you are now wondering how I came back and forth from Fair to Hannover and changed clothes that quickly, well, that's really new automation technology. Obviously, we recorded the interview a couple of days before the show because Frederike is busy with welcoming our customers in Fair, but we always want to take the opportunity to discuss the last business year also for you and maybe with you. So we are now at the end of today. Tomorrow is already the final day of Beckhoff Live and Interactive. We have some exciting topics for you again. Our mini-series about the Schirmer machine with the MX system will continue and find its dramatic end, or not dramatic, it's very good end, I would say. We will talk about IPC technology, we will talk about TwinCAT HMI, we will talk about an XDS application which we call the roller coaster. And this is the end of the day. We really look forward to welcome you back tomorrow. One more thing, good night to Canada, and also have a good day to everybody else. Bye.